tall, so not the biggest barbarian, but I'm jacked.
It's a hair and braids. What if we put it in 2 braids and then we wrapped it around and then we gave on the flowers sticking together and then what if we did this? Oh, purple!
May I have another drink, please?
Yes, you may, Andy. Go so.
Put your hands up, it's better!
No. Syria, Raleigh, Massachusetts, City girls. Yes, you. I'm gonna fight you.
He's sort of you guys know who I am, right?
Yeah. Goggles.
You're Dr. Mole.
Robot. Dr. Robot.
What do you do?
Take a moment to try to stop laughing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one.
Why not? It worked again.
Hating on Batman.
I don't hate Batman, for the record. I hate the fandom of Batman.
Oh, cool. Okay,
That's the
that's
issue.
way more people.
It is. It's a
Dang.
lot of, like, actual human beings.
Were you gonna
You need to rub this crap off your neck and not smell like me, or I will at all. Just start rubbing his neck and just getting like.
I am fairly
urine.
certain it doesn't matter what I smell like at this point.
To a feline, you have wolf's piss on you.
I'm just gonna point at my feline eyes.
I have some time.
You've just tuned in. We had the brilliant idea while we were fishing at the Dark Moon Festival.
Oh, jeez.
To do a dungeon with fishing poles equipped. Because why not? And so we drank all of the alcohol in our bags, and we equipped our fishing poles and our aquatic pets, and we went to do a dungeon.
I feel like I need to put it up. So this was the end of our epic tale. What holds for next week as the heroes set sail? We may find more family, we may find where things start. All we know is to follow our heart. So our heroes set forth to pillage and to plunder in the magical continent of wonder. We have one more question. I hope to not blunder. Question for you, dear friends. Do you wonder? Thank you, guys. Indigo Connect. Boom. Hello, everybody! Welcome. It is Monday night. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. We're going to play a little Dungeons and Dragons this evening, as we have a one-shot plan. We've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's one-shot, and I'm going to try to make them short and sweet because I'm really excited about this, ridiculously so. I've been spending our backstage time hanging out with characters and learning about them, so yeah. We've got a Discord. Come and hang out with us on the Discord. That's where we meet cool people like FML over there and Benny Judkins over there. So, and you. Remember how you were just, we started the channel and you showed up and waved and we're like, we have adopted you. So please feel free to come and join us. Lots of fun things. There's an inspiration channel on there. There's a homebrew store where you can find all sorts of homebrew items for your own game. Thank you, Icky. And then, so we also have a merch store. We can buy cool stuff like that mug that you see across the way that has our Karma. You are on it tonight. That has our little logo, our mascot, our non-binary serpent god, Karma, and you can find all sorts of cool stuff to put Karma on, like t-shirts and shower curtains. I kid you not. So please visit the merch store. There's some cool stuff there. Not only that, but we actually have digital goods that you can purchase to up your digital avatars. That you can visit. If you are on a desktop, if you scroll right down a little bit, you'll see a little store that you can use your bits to purchase stuff. Tonight's item up for bid, if you look in the digital store, is a little bit of Christmas cheer. I wanted to do something kind of fun, and I noticed that we have a whole bunch of classes, but we don't have the bard tonight. So purchasing of this good, should an audience member do so, or any of you, will grant a group inspiration to the team after the singing of a Christmas carol. So I thought it would be a fun little thing. So one of us can sing a Christmas carol and share a little Christmas love to the team.
So you sing a Christmas carol, get inspiration?
Well, no, because you will break that and you will just constantly sing. But yeah, it's a fun little digital item.
Does it have to be a classic Christmas carol?
Absolutely not. We are a bunch of eclectic, weird individuals, and we put out that energy into the universe. So no, it does not have to be
a Christmas ditty that we make up as we sing it?
Even better. So that's going on. Updated schedule. Updated schedule. We don't have anything going on tomorrow. Normally we have our tabletop game, our D&D campaign set in Wonderland, but we have to wait until January. Season 1 just.
Christmas Eve getting in the way.
Christmas Eve getting in the way. Wolfgrind has purchased the Christmas magic for everybody tonight. So that normally happens, but we're taking Christmas Eve off. We wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. But enjoy that tomorrow night and spend time with family. But Thursday night we'll be back to the Lost Isle. Lost Isle is our mixture of sci-fi and D&D. A group of adventurers on a time-traveling island. It mixes my love of historical fiction and Dungeons and Dragons. So tune in for that as the gang is getting up to some futuristic escapades I'm really excited about. Friday, we go back to Neverland. Another one of our campaigns as the group has just been ambushed by a group of invisible assassins, and I am chomping at the bit to show them what happens next. Not only that, but our character, one of the characters in the group has just found this mysterious ring. Actually, go ahead and earmuff it for me. What that character doesn't know is that is a ring of mind shielding, and there might already be somebody occupying that space. So I'm very excited about that. You're good. You're good. So tune in for that on Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I just heard earmuffs, so I did earmuffs.
Oh, you did earmuffs too? Yeah. The chat is wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. So we love you guys. But I think that's it. That'll cycle us back around to the beginning of the week. Hi, Meowdith, Wolfgren, Indigo Gma. So, all of that being said, adventurers, welcome to the One Shot, based off an internet meme. You all signed up willy-nilly after I posted an announcement looking for players and looking for recruits. So I want to take a little bit of time to establish where you are in this space, and then I want to talk about who your characters are and introduce them so that the audience can fall in love with them as much as I've already fallen in love with them. So 'twas the night before Christmas, and the weather was nice. People were gathered and they drank pumpkin spice. Satan had gathered them, every team in this place, to deliver the presents. There was no time to waste. The collection of crewmates was dark and severe as they waited for their dark prince to appear. You all find yourselves in a large meeting place right outside of Miami, Florida. The weather is beautiful and warm. You are tucked away in a small warehouse. The individuals that walk about this space are all of different makes and models. As you do see Fallen Aasimar intermingling with elves, each of them takes on a dark sort of appearance to them. You have all been gathered here in this particular space to work for Satan, because sometimes throughout the Christmas season, children will write letters, and sometimes there's a misspelling here or a slip of the pen there, and Santa maybe gets misspelled, or there's a curve of the pen, a twist of fate, and those letters have to be delivered, and they're delivered to Satan. Each of you have a dark purpose for being here, or for some of you it's by sheer and total twist of fate and accident. Regardless, you are all gathered in this space, and knowing who you work for, no one should be surprised at how organized it is. It's almost a miniature party. You are all gathered on Christmas Eve knowing that the list is not long for the children that you deliver for, but it's extensive enough that Satan has put together teams. The Dark Prince has gathered you all in this small space, knowing that transportation circles will be alit and aglow to send you off to the far corners of this world and the planes beyond, to any child that has reached out. Some of you are aware of the contest. You see, every year this happens. The letters are sent, and Santa puts up a begrudging fight, and Satan laughs at Santa, and they get into it. But it's come to a head, gang. It's come to a breaking point where Satan has said, no, I'm delivering these presents, and Santa has put his black-booted foot down. This is his holiday. This is his prerogative. And so Santa has made it very clear that why don't we operate under a contest? One present. I have faith in myself. I have faith that I can stop you from delivering one present. If you can get one present through the lines this year, through my magic, then I'll let you do it every year. Satan, not one to turn down a bargain or an argument or a game of sorts, has agreed to this contest. And so in secret has gathered all of you in this warm climate, gathering all of these magics available. And I want to take a look at this team that is gathered now, that is all meeting each other. You've made your introductions, and if this was a movie and the camera is panning down and we are seeing the individuals gathered here in this space. Ben, let's start with you. Who do we see?
You see a golden-skinned Aasimar with beautiful blonde hair, but with sort of like disease splotches all over his skin, with beautiful golden armor, and a nice red cape with white fur trim with like little holly along the trim, the edges. And he's just sitting there sharpening his sword, looking out around the group.
It's an imposing figure, but one that still looks festive.
He looks festive, and when you're near him, you can't help but feel cheery for some reason. There's just something about him that makes
as he sharpens his swords, you're
he's
like,
just sitting there sharpening his sword, and you're like, I don't know why, but I feel a little happy right now.
Yeah, everybody.
It's really weird.
Everybody in the group, as he sharpens his swords, you don't know if this is true or not, but it almost sharpens to the tune of Jingle Bells. You know what I mean? Yep, it's great. The newest addition to the group, as you all have met yourselves, you have been a representative of the Dark Lord has brought over this small child and said that you have been given orders to keep an eye on him. Small child in mind, large in body and spirit. Who has joined this motley group?
Timo. He is a 6 foot tall Goliath barbarian. He is very pale skinned, bald, giant, real dim. And he is just running in circles and laughing.
Around the group, hopped up on Christmas cookies that someone was kind enough to hand him a whole bag in order to calm him, which has had the opposite effect. Yeah. Lovely. Next to Timo.
I got a night off in the diner because I'm doing a favor for Mom. Jewel looks human. She's got some little bits of golden dragon scales here and there because Dad is a dragon. So yeah, she's just here to do this favor, and then she's going back, and then hopefully out of the diner and back to the palace because ew.
Not too far away. And there are two individuals. One of them seems to be very focused on looking about the space with pen on paper, sort of studying all the different areas. They occasionally poke their head out. They seem strapped with all sorts of odd accoutrement and a little bag of black powder. But they're trailing another individual. Who else do we see here?
That would be Captain Captain Tentaclebeard, a by all appearances, outside of the octopus for a head, a British privateer, festooned in gold jewelry and a gaudy red coat. He speaks with a thick pirate accent. Bosun, come on.
The small individual that's been trailing him, and I say small in relative to Timo, sort of nods his head and stands at the ready by the captain's side. We also have another individual that is moving about the space, sort of collected in this group. Who do we see?
Garai, who goes by Gary. He is a 6'2" tiefling, very bear-like, just built, big beard, super excited for Christmas, and addicted to eggnog.
I think already at the start, I'm going to give you this one of those hats with the the beer cozies that you said, but instead there are just two cartons of eggnog. As you see this large tiefling decked out in Christmas regalia.
So it's Uncle Eddie.
Yes, tiefling Uncle Eddie. And then not too far away from Gary is
Twinkle, and she's a small tiefling. She's light purple with pastel blue hair that kind of black at the tips. She's wearing Lolita fashion. She has pigtails and her horns stick straight up.
It's an eclectic group, to say the least. All of you, though, have made introductions and are partaking in the festive foods that have been laid out for everyone. There are Christmas cookies that some of you partake in. Eggnog is flowing freely. There is a small choir of undead carolers that is moving about the space, singing versions of Christmas carols. However, they've been a little gone for this world, so they're singing the same verse of Santa Claus is coming to town over and over and over again. But they still move about the space. Occasionally, you'll hear a loud as somebody's wild magic surge takes off in a corner, and there'll either be a small fireball or someone will be turned into a potted plant. But everyone gathers about the space and takes some time to acclimate themselves to their surroundings. The party continues for a bit of time until, with a very loud bang, the front doors of this small warehouse are flung open. And you see before you a man, splendid looking in his red tailored suit. He looks humanoid in a fashion. He's got dark hair. He's wearing a Santa hat. And he is flanked by 7 women all dressed in a reindeer costume of sorts, if you could call it that. As Satan has entered the building. He begins to wave at people and smile, shaking hands, glad-handing with people. He makes his way across the room and sees your group. It's hard to miss you. And makes his way over. As he does, he snaps his hands, and one of the women, dressed in the brown, skimpy reindeer outfit, comes to stand at his side. And he goes, well, hello there. Oh, this is... welcome, group. I know that you are all here for your different reasons, but you are here representing me. Thank you all very much. I can't thank you enough for coming. The kid. Yes, first delivery, I made an oopsie. He crawled into the bag, which still trying to figure out where he belongs. So if you don't mind keeping an eye on him for the rest of the evening, that would be lovely.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize babysitting was part of this.
I am not a baby. I'm 9.
He's huge. Look, he's totally grown.
He's 9.
Come on. You're a buddy, right? You're totally grown.
Thank you, Gary.
Oh, actually, I get a lot bigger, but Mr. Satan Claus said I could come.
I did. Jewel, can I speak with you for a second?
Sure.
You will do anything that I ask you to.
It's not my deal.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
guys within 10 feet of me right now?
She is within 10 feet of you.
Add +5 to that.
Actually, no.
It's Satan.
I still rolled an 18 on the die, so it's
That's
19.
great. You feel your field extend outward, but as it does, Satan turns his head over to your side.
It's just.
Oh, I'm
an
aware.
aura that pervades around me. At all
I am very aware of your aura and how it works. No one's aura will be working, good or bad, while in this this field that Satan exhibits. Satan has no offensive spells. I've made a decision here. Satan does not have anything along the lines of hurting individuals or things of that sort. He's got a very specific skill set. And that is
control.
With an 18, Jewel, you feel the energy come forth from his eyes as he makes eye contact with you. And with an 18, for a normal individual, I'm sure that would hold quite a bit of sway. But as he directs his eyes toward you, you feel the room slipping away. The pinpoint focus of the Dark Lord centers upon you, and you hear words in your head. I am not your daddy. Unless you want me to be. I am not your mother. If I tell you you're going to watch the child, you are going to watch the child. Do I make myself clear?
Totally.
Perfect. With that, he pulls his head back, and you feel the aura extend outward again, along with your heartbeat, which is sort of controlled itself back to normal levels. And Satan goes, perfect. Well, I'm trying to make things a little bit easier. I didn't think I would get so many people. So I have before you 3 names. And he will snap his fingers, and one of the reindeer girls will come out holding a golden tray. Upon this golden tray are 3 emblazoned envelopes. They are all red. They all have a bit of holly stuck to the edge. But there are 3 names written on these envelopes. Not knowing your name, but knowing mine, one of the names is Billy, and it says age 8. The other is Tiffany, age 4. And the last name is Prince Francesco of the Forbidden Kingdom, age 9. And he extends the tray out to all of you. Go ahead and pick one. This will be the present that you are responsible for delivering. All 3 of them are problem cases. Yes? So, I figured between all 7 of you, you might be able to handle this situation. So, as a group, TikTok.
I mean, Tiffany sounds great.
Does anyone care?
The long one.
Honestly,
More letters means better.
I remember what my Christmases were like, and we're gonna have to deliver a lot more stuff to a prince. So if we
I
want to
want
get
the
this
one on the
over
right.
with, the what?
The one that was on the right.
Prince Francesco of the Forbidden Kingdom.
Okay, fine. I'm really familiar with palaces and things.
I literally just randomly went 1, 2, or 3.
You're still sharpening your sword, and you just kind of points
I'm
randomly
just
to
like the one on the
yeah.
right. I don't care.
More letters means better. And you're on the naughty list. He just yelled at you.
Lucifer looks over towards where you are.
I loved you on Netflix, he says sarcastically, and steps forward.
He bows.
Unless prevented by anyone, and grabs the letter to the prince.
Prince? Yeah. With that, as the captain reaches forward and touches upon the letter itself, the letter transforms into a simple parcel. It's wrapped in brown paper. It doesn't look festive. There's no color to it or anything. There is a simple tie of twine wrapped around this small parcel. And Satan looks at the group and goes, huh, I would not have called that. All right, this is your parcel. You will be delivering it to the prince. I believe Prince Francesco of the Forbidden Kingdom. He's not from around here, so dress warm. Any other questions before we... I need everybody to give me a perception check, please. Does anybody have any weaponry or items on them that prevent them from being surprised?
Wait, did I take that? Hold for show. I don't think so.
21.
Okay. 21 perception.
At 19.
19.
I got a 0.
You have a
I
negative.
rolled a 1 and I have a -1 on perception.
Timo sees nothing. Captain.
27.
27.
17.
17.
I got a 6.
Timo and Twinkle, you guys are just like Timo gasp, and you turn and look, and Timo's looking at a very shiny rock that's on the floor. And
I also look at that.
so Twinkle's like, we gotta get it. Like you guys, your eyes dart forward. The rest of you, at the same time, feel the change in the air as Lucifer turns back to look behind him. And as he does, there are the faint pops of magical energy. As transported into this small space are figures dressed from bottom to top, dressed all in black. They are walking forward into the space, and as they walk forward into the space, they pull items from their pack and start hefting them. Some of them look like ornate glass balls that they throw at individuals that slowly wrap around those individuals. There are bits of wrapping paper that go flittering out in all different directions. The space is invaded by these dark-clothed individuals as they run about the space as fast as they can. What are all of you doing in this
Are the
instant?
items just like breaking, or are they
The
like
items are
spells,
breaking upon
or
contact. Give me an Arcana check in an instant
exploding,
as a
or-
free action as you are.
Arcana 14.
These items look to be spell components, to be modified in some way. They don't look mechanical in nature. They do look to be arcana based or
So
magical
some sort of,
based.
like, arcane.
Yeah, and there is no one that looks to be appear. All of your perception checks are so high, Captain. I will say with your 27, you are not surprised easily. It is not something that happens to you as you turn about and look about the space. While everyone's eyes are darting about to these mysterious invaders that are popping into the space, dropping from the ceiling, you turn your head to look back towards the entrance where Lucifer walked in, and you see the largest man you've ever seen, which is saying a lot because you have people that are 6 feet, 7 feet tall working with you. This individual is 7.5 feet tall. They are as wide as they are tall. They're wearing a red cloak, but the muscles seem to be pushing against the fabric of this cloak. They've got a long white beard and a red hat. And they are standing in the space that Lucifer walked in, and they seem to be pointing fingers and directing individuals to certain spots throughout this space.
Timo's still looking at the rock, I assume. Like,
Yeah,
because
two of you guys are just down.
Yeah.
Like eyes focused.
Right.
And he's the only one who sees the large figure, correct?
The large figure dressed in red.
So, I mean, by all descriptions, my character would have, he is from this plane, so at least at one point in time.
You know exactly who this is.
Yes, because Santa was a pirate, was a pirate and sailor holiday first, so.
Yep. So you know exactly who this gentleman is, or at least who this individual is trying to look like.
All right. Look lively, lads. We have a visitor.
With that,
Saint Nick.
All of you turn, and he goes, Saint Nick. The two of you stop and look up, and you see this individual. And with the word Saint Nick, the figure's eyes will dart towards you, and you'll see that twinkle in the eyes as he looks over at you, and he holds a hand up. And as he does, the individuals that are moving about the space stop, and he points a hand in your direction. As every individual stops what they're doing and turns to face the group.
I would jump between him and the figures
Yep.
So whatever way it looks the best, because I don't know if they're surrounding us. I would get like back to back. If they're just on one side, I would get in between.
Perfect. Eric interposes himself, standing in front of the captain, and therefore, like, putting himself at the front of the group. As he does this, Lucifer begins to stride forward past where you are, tapping Eric on the shoulder, turning back to look at this group, and as he does, he will begin to cast off to the side, and you will see a small portal appearing behind this group. And Lucifer will stride forward and saying, "Nicholas, hello. Well, I thought we decided on the grounds of this little tete-a-tete would be no interference on your end." And Nick will begin to walk forward towards Lucifer, and as he begins to walk forward, Lucifer will turn to this group and say, "Run."
Timo would have been facing away because he was looking at the rock. So he would pick up the rock, yell, "Sparkle door!" and run through it.
Okay, Timo's through the portal.
I'd run for the door.
I guess I'm following the kid.
Eric, Jules, ew, like as you run towards the door. Yep.
Oh, I listen to everything. I'm just going.
You're the ultimate yes-hander. As Lucifer is beginning to walk forward into the space towards Nicholas, Nick is eyes are focused onto him, and they start to look as if they're having trouble concentrating on anything else but Satan. What are you doing?
I'd run to the door.
Run through the door?
Always the gentleman fighter, the captain will draw his sword and make sure that his companions get through the portal first. Bosun, check them.
Yep. With that, the captain is the last one through the space. As the captain is the last one, the captain is granted to another vision. As Nick is able to break his eyes away from Satan for a brief second and look at the portal, his eyes going wide, he will go, "Ho, ho, ho, they're running for the portal! Get them!" And he will send his arms outward, sending these black clothed figures, all of the figures taking off their mask in order to have better sight to this group, their pointed ears sticking up, and their hair pulled back into tight buns as this army of elves go sprinting towards the portal. At the behest of Saint Nick. As the last of your party makes its way through the portal, you back up towards it, I imagine giving a small bow.
Yes, certainly.
Yep. Making sure your first mate is through first. With that small bow and backing through the portal, you find yourselves in the Forbidden Kingdom.
Is the portal still open behind us, or has it closed?
The portal closes with a faint pop. It is cold, gang. That's the first thing you notice. You are not anywhere near civilization at this point. You are surrounded by the freezing cold weather of the Forbidden Kingdom. Each of you, depending on your background, if you're a far traveler, if you're an outlander, if you're a pirate, or if you have the history proficiency, you can give me a roll to see if you recognize this kingdom. It's going to be a high DC. So if you have history proficiency, or if you have one of those backgrounds, you can roll to see if you recognize this place.
That one.
You've never been here. You have no idea what it is.
No.
Yeah.
The captain's going to look to the sky because the easiest way for a pirate to know where he is look at the stars.
Sure.
17.
17. With this, with the captain studying the sky, you've heard of this place. You've never been there. The thing that is worrisome to you as a captain, the thing that sticks out in your head is, as you look towards the sky, it is not the presence of the stars that provide worrisome thoughts to you. It is as you look at the skies, the stars are in constant movement. It is as if you are all on a ship moving as fast as you can, and the stars are being left in their wake. It is not streaky by. It's not like Star Wars or Star Trek where you're in warp drive and you just see these lines, but it is a slow crawl through the sky.
Is it cold enough to affect us negatively?
Not yet.
Okay.
Does my cloak of Christmas help with that? It's Cloak of Christmas. It doesn't technically have that ability, but I mean, Christmas is cold.
I think the abilities that your cloak gives you, I think it would provide some natural warmth to it.
Nice.
It gets cold, gang.
Being Totem of the Bear.
Yes.
And able to wild shape into a polar bear.
Would you like to do that?
No. Would I have any kind of like... Not at this moment. Would I have any kind of like... I run warm-ish.
Sure. I will say that all of you are of sturdy stock.
Timo's mountain born, so.
And have cloaks and are a bear totem or are maybe used to dealing with
I feel like you're
with
naked and running around in the snow.
different
No
climates and things of that sort, with the exception of Jewel.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to use creation to make myself a... Oh my gosh, it's so impractical for this. It's just fluffy and warm and furry, and it trails to the ground, and it's very fashionable, and it's terrible for fighting in. But I'm going to create a very, very fashionable cloak.
You know you're going to collect ice in that, right?
It's going to be amazing.
Jewel takes a second
It lasts for one day.
and looks at all of you and begins to cast, and as she does, she creates the most impractical cloak you've ever seen in your entire life. Like, it is gorgeous and not practical.
It's white.
It's white, so she's going to blend in with the snow so hard.
Does it trail the ground?
It
Yes. Absolutely.
Cool. Awesome. Thank
Yes.
you.
Heroes. I use this term loosely. You are far away from any signs of civilization. You know yourselves to be in a place called the Forbidden Kingdom. What would you like to do?
Okay. Just to get an idea of where we're at, mountain range.
Right now, the snow is starting to swirl about you in a space. It's hard to distinguish whether you're in the mountains. You could guess as such, or it could just be, unfortunately, the way the weather is acting, you could be in a busy cityscape, in a small park, but the way that the storm has gathered about you in this area, it is hard at this particular vantage point to determine where you are.
Listen, we're just looking for like a castle or something, and I'm going to fly up in the air.
Oh, okay.
Big fluffy white coat.
Okay, so the cloak is going to catch the wind because you have made it to be impractical and trail behind you. So
that was smart.
Timo's nearby, right?
Jewel is going to start taking halting steps up, and as the cloak is dangling, you're going to grab it. Yeah. Give me a strength saving throw, Jewel.
I'm
Is
super
she
good at
within
strength.
10 feet of me?
Yes.
You add 5 to that.
Thank goodness, because I rolled a 1 and I have a -1 to strength. So that would be 2 + 5 is 7.
7. You make your way forward, and then suddenly your cloak is caught by something.
Ew,
some sort of-
Timo!
It was like a kite. You were going to fly away.
I was not going to fly away. I was looking for a castle, okay?
Okay, fine. Now let go.
How high would you like to get?
Well, I was going to go like 30 feet up.
Okay. So you guys watch as she just boop, 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 continues to walk in the air, up and up and up and up, going straight up, about 30 feet in the air. Let's make this fair. That's funny. At about 30 feet up, yeah, your head pokes above where the storm is. And you are indeed in a mountain range area as you kind of crest above this localized storm that is far-reaching to the west behind you. You do see in front of you a road, a path that looks like it's lit with small torches. The torches inexplicably lit amongst this snowstorm, leading up and up and up a winding path to what appears to be a settlement from your vantage point.
I'll drop back down.
Okay?
Hey, there's totally a path over there, and it's got winding and lights and all sorts of things, and it's going towards, I don't know, probably the castle. It's that way.
Fine. Let's get on our way then.
I'm gonna take a chug of nog and just start following.
You nog it up.
Just put the straw in my mouth like.
So
Alright.
you gotta chew it a little bit. It's starting to get a little frozen in that straw. So it's just
That's
more
the best part. Stays cold.
nothing like chewing milk, like drinks. All right, who's taking the lead here? I need a marching order as you start to move.
I'll go
your way.
first because I saw where it was.
Great. The girl in a white cloak in the snowstorm is taking the lead on this one. Who is going second?
Tima would probably be running, falling on the ground, like playing in the snow until they catch up.
Got it.
Like interspersing.
I'm just gonna say Jewel and Timo. Who's behind Timo?
Okay.
Twinkle.
I'll be at the back.
Eric's at the back.
Keeping my eyes open behind us just in case.
Okay. Gary.
I'm following Timo and Jewel.
What is happening? I'm gonna imagine Captain, you're at the back.
Yeah, I'll actually take second position so I can hear him and keep eyes on everyone else.
Sure. Captain and Eric kind of bring up the rear there. You begin to walk. It's very cold. You do see, after a bit of time, the light that Jewel was speaking of. There are these odd floating orbs that light the way. There is no stationary point, but it is a floating orb with a blue flame encased within it that seem to be left as markers. And now that you have spotted them, they're going to be a little easier to spot as you make your way up towards this mountain. As you get to the first checkpoint and make your way to the second, the two people in the back, which is Eric and the captain, I need the two of you to give me perception checks as you are making your way up this area, and the two of you are at that point. You are leading the charge and are just making your way up towards the mountain. Eric, with that laugh, I'm going to guess it's real high or real low. 3.
Snow.
You're still sharpening your sword. You're in it to win it. And
My sword's gonna be so sharp.
It's gonna be
like when anybody shows up.
Yeah. You in a scowl on your face are humming like dashing through the snow.
I'm really frustrated because they keep leaving me and I'm having to like change my pace all the time because
Sure.
someone keeps running and then waiting and then running and then waiting.
As
And
you-
it's like dealing with pandemonium.
Yeah, you just hear the random voice of a small child up front that's like, "Don't eat yellow snow," and you're just like, "Okay, Timo."
And I'm just walking around going, "Why is there so much yellow snow?"
Captain.
14 plus 9, 23.
Captain, it is you and your mate, your first mate, who notice that you are being followed. You are at the back of the group. I would say that your traveling partner Eric is not noticing it at the moment, but you do hear the slight sound of footsteps trailing the group. They're not rushing. They're keeping pace with the group.
Okay, so the captain is going to bust out into that improvised Christmas carol. Dashing through the snow, there's someone back below. And he's going to start to sing the song and try to let his companions know through the words that there's someone behind him.
An intelligence check just to see if I'm
I
smart
would
enough to pick up on them.
Yeah, I would
singing
say
words.
either intelligence or insight here, as it sounds like the captain's singing, but he's dashing through the snow. There's someone back below and got a sword in hand. Man, it's
Are we all rolling this? If they can.
They'll catch us if they can. Ho, ho, ho. Like
9.
9? Yeah, it's what a great ditty. What a great morale
And I'm just
boost.
like,
No, you can't do this, but Gary can. Gary, you love Christmas. So I'm going to give you this roll at advantage because you know all Christmas carols like the back of your hand. And the captain starts singing one, and you're like, that's not the words.
Who's carrying the gift?
Who is carrying the gift?
The captain picked up the envelope.
How about
I'd be happy to be carrying the gift.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you've got the gift.
Okay.
Are you just... here's an important question. Are you holding it out in front of you? Do you have it in a bag?
It's in the bag, but I totally can cast mending, so I've totally peeked inside this gift. I've torn the wrapping paper, I've looked at what it is, and I've mended it.
Well, let's justify this in a second.
Yep.
What check am I making here now?
Gary, go ahead and give me a insight check or an intelligence check, as you are at advantage to.
Oh,
you get
it's
two,
a 9.
9? Yeah, that's a weird. He messed up the lyrics.
So while they're doing this, can I slow my pace without looking too obvious to drop to the back?
Give me a stealth check, just to.
You Krypton's
I
no.
could be persuaded here to make this either stealth or deception.
Like, just tie your shoe, man.
Trip on the
Stealth
snow.
if you're just naturally slowing your pace down. Deception if you're just going to do like some exaggerated, like I tripped in the snow. I'm
Or like,
trying to
oh,
catch
look,
up.
my shoes are tied.
Okay, I'll go for deception. And 11.
11. I'm going to count him singing because Billy stepped up and did a little bit of singing for us, and Wolf bought that for the group. So I'm going to count this as everybody look through your dice, grab a D10. You have 1 inspiration to be used on a skill check or attack roll, not damage, Ben. Do you hear me?
Roll this for damage.
No. So everybody has an inspiration thanks to Billy and Wolf's combined efforts to be used at a time. So
Thanks, Billy.
11.
Are you
Yes.
going to use that inspiration right now?
No, I'll fail and look obvious.
Yeah.
Because if all else fails, me failing might draw their attention to me first.
Yeah. Billy, as you fail this check and sort of start to fall behind,
Do I
what's your
notice that he's
passive perception?
obviously my passive perception?
Look up that for me,
Yeah,
Billy. There is an older woman who's walking this path with all of you. 11? You don't know yet.
Why is his shoe untied?
Yeah.
You didn't know how to tie shoes? I was waiting for that.
God, I hate this job. There's an older woman. She's pulling a small cart behind her, but as you obviously greatly fail this move, she looks up at you and just sort of nods her head and hurriedly catches up to where you are. As she gets closer, she sees the visage that you have upon you and takes a pause. Hello?
Look lively! He shouts.
Do I
trying to
notice
get their
this?
attention.
At Look Lively, everyone notices this.
All right.
However, at this moment, at Look Lively, Jewel has taken the present out. And how do you unwrap this present, Jewel?
Well, it makes more sense since I can mend the paper anyway to just tear the paper and look at it, like take a peek, not the whole thing off, but tear the paper and then put it back on and mend the paper.
Sure. So it's
Yeah.
wrapped, little square box,
Yeah.
plain brown paper,
Plain brown paper, so
twine. So you're just going to
Tear-
rip off.
Tear the corner of the paper so I can see what's inside it and then just mend the paper back.
Great. The paper is ripped, and with Look Lively, everyone turns their heads, and then you all hear a like a faint rip, and then there is a boom as standing. You all turn your head to look back at the captain, and then with this boom, everyone's heads turn back, and it's this turn back. Jewel is standing where she was. Jewel, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Is she within 10 feet of me?
Not this time.
But I rolled a 19 on the die, plus 322.
Jewel has given me a present by opening this present. As she drops the figure that has now appeared in this space and flies backwards as it engulfs into flame. As In the space where Jewel once was is the largest dog you have ever seen in your entire life. This dog has 3 heads. It is wreathed in flame. It looks to be the size of a small horse, but it's and it's got and it's got a big red bow attached to its back.
Timo screams puppy, pulls the nearest small tree out of the ground, and throws it.
No! I have animal handling. Why would you do this?
This is enough to drive the woman away. As she goes, nope, and just leaves the cart and just begins going back the way she came.
She left the cart?
She left the cart.
I want to go to the cart.
Give me investigation checks for this poor.
18.
18.
Oh, I can get.
Yeah, 2 of you go over and look at this card.
I'm playing puppy.
12.
It's chock-a-block. You find like little fruits and vegetables and stuff like that look to be protected from the cold because they are wrapped in this odd material. But all of the fruits and vegetables don't seem untouched by the ice and cold of the.
Are there any carrots?
There are some carrots.
I save them for the reindeer.
This is a test.
I'm gonna take
with an 18, you notice this cloak to be a cloak that looks like it protects from the elements. That has been used to protect the produce in this cart, seeing it as being more valuable to protect this than to protect herself.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna eat an apple.
Okay. You take the cloak away. The fruit and vegetables fall into the cart. You can choose to wear this cloak and take off the one you're wearing.
I personally don't want to wear it. Okay. But does anybody look cold?
The captain, Timo, no. She's got a cloak. I would say the captain, Gary, and Twinkle are starting to look a little cold.
Then I would walk up to the captain and say, "You look like you weren't prepared," and hand him the cloak.
Oh my God, the shade!
Captain gets a little shady outside. Okay.
You want some knob for that burn?
As Eric holds out a cloak to you that looks like it's carved with faint arcane symbols upon it, and you feel a slight warmth emanating from this cloak.
All right, he is a proud man, but he is also a cold man. So.
No.
Eric, he does have the chickens to worry about.
Oh my God, these
Billy,
chickens. I forgot about the chicken.
You watch as he maintains eye contact with you and puts the cloak on, and then just make sure it covers the chickens.
And Eric has like a small little smirk, like he knows that, yeah.
And you just hear like a faint like as they are warmed by this cloak. Timo, there are no trees, but I love where your head is at. You go, I need to pull a tree from the ground. There are no trees. It is very cold out.
I thought we were in the forest, sorry.
No. You are on this mountainous path leading up.
Then I grab a large rock and throw it.
How do you get it back in the box?
You are all of your gaze is now brought to the spot where Jewel is laying on the ground. Didn't expect you to open the present. It's a children's.
Why would you do this?
It's a child's present.
Why did you not expect? Have your kids never like poked a hole in the paper and been like, "What's this?"
I was expecting you to shake it. And, is that a dog? Great. Perception?
It was perception?
You're looking for a rock.
Oh, okay. It was a 3.
It's a low DC. There's lots of rocks on this mountainous path. I say you find a decent one and you pick it up and you are now holding a rock.
I throw it for the dog.
Okay. Give me animal handling.
Throw it away from the dog.
17.
The rock goes flying past, and you watch as as this three-headed dog hits the ground like this and like looks, and as he does, you see him bounding in the snow, burning up the bits of snow with little fiery hoof paw prints through the snow as it burns away the snow. Goes over to where the rock is, puts it in his mouth, and like brings it over to where you are.
Drop it.
Down. How big is this dog?
It is horse size, small horse size.
Okay. I think I can make it a little smaller, more portable, manageable.
Bigger's better.
Well, we have to get dog to castle.
Is he smart enough? Was he watching when she opened the package?
You can hold him.
No, you were not.
I wasn't.
You already said that Timo was spending his time running around in circles.
So he didn't see you open this.
The dog is the present for the kid, but you can hold the dog until we get there. If he is smaller.
He's a fire dog? I can't hold a fire dog.
I can hold a fire dog.
I can also hold a fire dog.
And like resistant to damage. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Reduce on the dog.
Okay.
And make him as small as I possibly can. It's
Now
like
he's
one
a real puppy.
It gets him to 1/8 of his weight.
Okay.
It's halved in all dimensions.
I will say that the dog shrinks for a little bit.
How long does Reduce?
Oh no! Last time I cast Reduce,
you were a pixie.
I was a pixie.
Yep. So
I forgot.
He shrinks down to a very manageable size.
1 minute.
For 1 minute.
Well, I'm gonna use this time to become really good friends with him so that he follows us. Or no, maybe you can just bond with him. You bond with him so that he follows us. Or can anybody talk to animals?
I can. I have speak with animals.
Okay. Maybe the two of you can have a conversation with the itty bitty puppy. And you're resistant to fire, right?
Yeah.
The fire here.
My
You hold
character's
him.
just sitting in the corner. Just
That's
like,
kind of dirty.
And I take
Is he really, or are you just being dramatic?
I'm never dramatic.
Oh, my brother.
Oh, never
Oh,
dramatic.
my
I
brother.
bet.
I feel like you're mocking me right now.
Why would I ever mock you?
The path up the mountain continues.
I would be feeding jerky to the dog as we walked.
The smell of cooked jerky, because as the dog eats it, it warms up the dried meat in its mouth, and whoever is holding the dog, you do not have to worry about the adverse weather conditions while you are holding the dog, as you are basically holding a small portable heater with you. As a tiefling, I think you have
versus system.
Yeah. So I will say that that's enough to insulate you from the damage that you take as you feel like the snow around you begin to warm. For some reason, unbeknownst to you, this reduce spell lasts far longer than it should. As if somewhere a deity is fixing some mistake in the cosmic balance of things. So you continue to move your way up this mountain pass.
As we're walking and I'm feeding him, I would cast Speak to Animals and be telling him all about Christmas and the prince, that we're delivering him to a prince.
Gonna be friends. You're gonna get like extra special meals and stuff.
What is prince?
It's like, I'm trying to think of what I would know. It's like you know how wolves have packs?
No.
Okay. You know how dogs like other dogs?
Sometimes.
And then there's like one dog that is bigger and stronger than all the other dogs.
Me.
Right. It's like you, but for people.
What is people?
She's people. I'm like people, but I'm like bigger people.
You guys watch and, as this path up the mountain continues, and Timo just continues to be like, and the dog is like, and they just continue this talk. It is hell for you.
What
You're
I
in hell.
understand-
You're in hell.
He's very
I'm
focused.
just walking along going.
I mean, you just
Would I understand any of this?
I messed up.
Your path along the mountain comes to a stop as 30 yards away, or 30 feet away from where you are. The storm has abated. It is still a snowy landscape around you, but the snowstorm, for the most part, has stopped. Before you are two sprawling gates that reach up at least 60 feet tall. Standing in front of those gates looks to be a small contingency of guards. They are well armed. They notice the party from your good distance away. I said 30 feet, let's say 50 feet. They notice the group. They are wearing crescent moons over where their heart is, but they are wearing chainmail, and two of them hold swords at their side, and one of them is wearing the same sort of insignia over where his heart is, but he is in robes. So 3 individuals, 2 of them in chainmail holding swords. They are standing at a small outpost in front of these gates, which is locked. But they look at the group and make no movement, but the 2 men holding swords take positions, one in front of each of the 2 gates that open to continue up the path, and the man in the robes stands with his hands behind his back. They make no move to talk to the group.
I would walk forward and say, "We come bearing a gift for the prince."
You come with a gift for our prince.
Is that so hard to believe?
This late in the evening, who are you to bring this gift?
I have traveled from far, and I come from a person who is very giving.
Which of you holds the gift?
I don't see how that matters. We travel together.
There's a little flaming puppy.
Not little
I think the eyes do dart
He's
about the
big.
space, and there's a look as he. Give me a persuasion check. At advantage because of your Christmas cloak.
Didn't help much. So,
Other way.
14.
A gift. You will leave the gift with me, and I will bring it with warmest regards to the prince when he awakens tomorrow morning.
Okay, so I established before that I had some gemstones, but they were very valuable gemstones, which feels like I could just have less valuable gemstones. That's okay with me if you don't want this to be like a ruby or anything. But I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna be like, listen, we were supposed to deliver this and we're on a time schedule because we have a lot of things that we have to deliver. So how about I just give you this and we can just move things along. And I'm gonna pull out a gemstone and I'm gonna cast Distort Value on it. But I'm gonna use a sorcery point to subtle spell it so that he can't see me cast that spell.
I would like to assist by leaning into the puppy and saying, "He's mean. You should growl at him."
What a wonderful assist
Oh,
that you've
good.
given.
So
Okay.
So, why don't you just take this as a thank you for your time, and we'll just move on through and get this done, okay?
Who are you addressing?
The lead guard.
There.
Like the one who looks like he's most in charge. There was one that had
In a robe?
an extra, yeah. Take off that sorcery point.
The dog begins to growl. As it does, you get a little hot because the temperature in the area is rising, and even though you are resistant to fire, it's getting a little warm, a little uncomfortable warm, as all 3 heads dart their head towards the mean man. and begin to growl to help the situation.
Is this a persuasion? What is it?
Yeah, give me a persuasion. With your
That is
increased value.
That's a 24.
Nice.
He holds out his hand for the gem.
I hand it over to him.
Very well. You may deliver your present. Do so quickly. You were never here.
I was never here, and neither were any of us.
This is. You don't have to repeat that. That is just understood. That's why.
That was understood.
Oh God. Open the gates. The two men in armor look at the man in the robes again as he looks at the gem, and he says, "Open the gates." And they nod and begin to open the gates, letting you all walk forward. As you move past the gates, the minute that you walk past them, the illusory spell drops, and before you, which you saw this sprawling expanse of more snow and leading up to this mountain, you are able to see through the illusion and see before you a grandiose castle that spans a great distance. There are spacious grounds in front of the castle, and these gates lead to a stone path devoid of snow that leads up a small path to the front gates of this castle, the two large oak doors leading into the castle proper.
Okay, you guys realize we cannot go in the front door here, right? I mean, if we're gonna do this right, we have to go like down, like through a chimney or somehow, like we can't go in the front door. That is not how this works.
She is absolutely right. The Never Kids, they said Santa comes down the chimney and he has a bowl full of jelly.
We're not with Santa.
So we can't just knock on the door and hand them the dog.
Not if we're gonna do this right.
So this is a castle?
It's a large castle.
Large castle. How tall are the outside walls? Or the lowest of the outside walls?
Lowest of the outside walls. Not too high. I would say they're about 20 feet.
I mean, I suppose we could
leading
break
to
in
a
through
small,
window.
like, balcony area.
As long as we don't
Funny
go through
how
the
that
door.
works. We don't have to go through the door. We don't have to go to the door. The captain pulls out a small cube from his pocket. I just need about 20 feet clear.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Can we get close to the wall but
Yeah,
have
you
about 20 feet
can.
of clearance?
Yeah. You walk your way over to a small area that's away from it, circumnavigating the first floor of this Home Alone house that I developed. And as you do, the captain pulls out a small metal cube.
Okay.
Go ahead, Captain.
He makes sure everybody backs up and places the cube down on the ground. Takes a few steps back. Was it 20 feet outside? Yeah, so he takes about 10 steps back and opens Sesame. He speaks his command word, and a tower appears with a small door that is opened and a spiral set of stairs leading up to the top where there's a hatch right along the wall.
You all make your way to the tower, walking up the spiral stairs that lead to the very top, leading you to the second floor.
I would first like to lock the door.
Okay.
And the captain asks everybody to wait shortly. And he pulls out the jug and the chickens. He beheads one of the chickens.
Got it.
And he sprays its blood on the floor.
I would not
sprays down the salt water.
I'm kind of upstairs.
And lays rum in the center of it.
Okay.
He blesses this space as sanctuary.
All right.
Ew.
And then he lets the other chicken go. We'll be good.
The space has been blessed.
Yes.
All right. To who I can assume, right?
Deloa.
Yep. Any of you, I think you'd be the only one. Give me a straight up charisma.
11.
Yeah, he's you kind of walk right past all this. You don't know what sort of situation is being done, but even you in the tower feel this faint pull, as if somebody's tied a little string to the back of your neck. As you're making your way up these stairs, it is this tug. You feel something snap into place with whatever sort of thing is happening down below, and
knowing that some sort of ritualistic blood magic was used in this, it
it's
bothers me a little bit.
it's less that because you're not in this space. It's more of a the best way to describe it is when you walk into somebody's home and you pass through the threshold. That's what you feel. You feel like a tightening around the area. You don't feel blood magic. You
No,
feel
but I mean, like I saw him cast a spell.
You said you walked past him. He started to take the chicken out.
He started when he cut the head off the chicken and started
Yeah.
spraying blood around. Is when I was like, yeah, I'm out.
I'm outie. Okay. Yep.
So I know there's some sort of ritualistic blood magic. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm a little uncomfortable. with
Don't
it.
ask, don't tell.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing
I'm like-
you read enough of my prepared spells to know what I just did.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and I love where your head is at. You guys all feel that small tug, and you're like, everyone else is going to the second floor of the house, correct? Yep. As you make your way to the second floor of the castle, you see a landing in front of you. This landing has 3 separate rooms that you can access with double doors. Not anticipating this whatsoever, I should have. These double doors will open up into a different room, but each of those double doors is covered with a curtain. So think like double doors that lead like a small balcony, but you can pick whichever one. I'll say 1, 2, and 3. Choosing whether to go into the far left, the middle, or the right, or choosing to circumnavigate this whatsoever and figure out a way to climb to the 3rd story.
Can I see what my gut feeling says?
Yeah, give me a D20. You have no idea.
So the doors are all closed.
I don't get any sense of anything.
So, I'll play this right.
There's no like foreboding feeling from anything.
Give me an investigation check.
The doors are all closed,
Okay.
but there's curtains hanging, blocking
There's
the closed
curtains
doors.
hanging on the other side. So imagine a glass door, but on the
got it, okay.
like not out front. Like
21.
Okay. This I can get behind rather than just like give me what's my vibe right now to the 3 doors. I'll say this: you place a hand on the one on the far left, and as you do, you pull your hand back, and there's sand on the door. It's an odd thing. Like you just pull away a few grains of sand. You go over to the second door, and as you go to the second door, you don't notice anything weird about it. But as you place a hand on that one, you feel the slight thrum of arcane energy. You don't know what it is. You just detect arcane energy on the second door. Okay. The 3rd door, as you go over to it, you hear the faint sounds of talking and what sounds to be music.
Do you tell us this?
Yeah, I'd let them know what I
All
hear.
3 of those. So left, little grains of sand. Second, the thrum of arcane energy. And the 3rd, the sounds of laughter, music, talking as if there's a small party going on.
I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, this is taking too long. Why don't we just look at what's inside? And I cast gaseous form.
My heart.
The last time you looked inside, lass, it didn't work out well for us.
As the captain says that, you watch as Jules' shape begins to diminish, and she turns into a gaseous version of herself. Okay, what is the casting time on gaseous form?
It's just 1 action.
Okay.
And then it lasts for up to an hour. It's a concentration spell.
You got it. 1 action. Yep. You are transforming yourself.
Yes.
Got it.
Flying speed of 10 feet.
Yeah. Where would you like to go?
I'm checking out Sandy room first.
Okay. Inside is a plain-looking study. There are bookshelves lining the study. There's a small globe in the center of the area that one might use to look. You look as if this might be a study where you would look at books or study bits of maps around the world.
Okay, I fly out and like, boo, I'm a ghost. It's really boring. It's just like a study with a globe. I'm gonna go into the talkie room next because I'm a little nervous about this magical energy.
Mm-hmm.
So
You cannot talk while you're in this form. So
Oh, I can't.
And you
That's
cannot
right.
manipulate objects while you're
I
in this
didn't
form.
touch
So
anything.
you did
Okay,
not say
but I won't
boo.
talk.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
Okay. I can talk. Okay, good note. Okay, I'll check in the next room.
Okay. Inside the space is looks to be a double doors leading into a long hallway. But in this hallway are individuals drinking, eating food, in fancy dress. They seem to be moving about the space. They're in odd, some of them are in very fanciful colors, but all seems to be a pleasant party atmosphere.
Okay. It is not a concentration spell. Can I cast message with this information to a member of the party?
Can you cast spells while you're in this form?
You can't talk in the form, right?
I can't talk. Oh, so if I can't talk, I can't use the spell.
You can't do anything with vocal
Okay,
spells.
got it. Never mind. Thank you. Okay.
The target cannot attack or cast spells.
Okay. So so second one's party.
Is this the one where you can come out of it though and go back into it, or are you just into it or out of it?
No, I think once I'm out, I'm out. I will double check though. I haven't used.
Yeah, if it lasts for an
specific
hour,
one
I
before.
don't remember if this is one of those ones. where you can-
Concentration up to an hour.
I think it takes.
I'm gonna
like
say
a
that once you
minute.
drop this,
Yeah.
you drop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't say that I.
Because
can
there's
bring
another
back.
one that literally says you can go in and out of it, and it takes so long to do it. But I don't think it's gaseous form. It's wind
Yeah.
walk or something like that.
No, once I drop.
That one's yes.
That's like
Okay.
a 7th level or something. Yeah.
Hey, that's oh my gosh, Dad! Hi, Dad's like it's a Mardi Gras ball. This is the first stream I've seen you on, Dad. Welcome aboard, dude.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, so second one, I checked through all the kind of rooms as quickly as I can. It's just generic party-looking thing.
The one that you heard the voices coming from is a generic.
Is there
party.
a Christmas tree in any of those rooms?
Are you going into the other room?
Well, no, I was checking party rooms.
There's party room, there's sand, and there's the thrum of arcane
okay, so
energy.
there was no Christmas tree in party rooms.
Uh,
I was
give me
looking
a
for the place where we're supposed to leave
perception
this dog.
check.
Preferably somewhere without any
that is a
flammable
19
objects.
Like a
plus
tree.
120, not now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be a terrible bad
you
idea.
You do not see any Christmas trees in this space, and you survey the long hallway.
All right, so last but not least, middle room.
Great. Through the middle room, as the gaseous form crawls underneath the door and the full entirety of your form crawls through, the arcane sigils located around this room go off with a faint pop, and when they do, the form that you are in drops. You are standing in a space that has a simple black leather chair. Surrounding the room are shelves, each of them lined with potions. There are red and yellow and green and purple and violet and mauve and like.
And I'm solid now.
You are in solid form.
So the sigils going off. Was that anything?
There was
visible?
enough of a sound that you guys are drawn to this space, and I would say that I'm going to be kind and say there is a flash of light as well.
So if we see her, so we know that she went in there, right? So we can see her
You saw the form go into the one room, come out, go into the party room, come out, go into this room, flash of light, and like this thud.
Then as soon as I see the flash of light, I'd go kick it down.
You don't have to kick
I
it
would
down.
pull out my warhammer.
I mean, I could just mage hand open the door.
Yeah,
but I'd be like,
thank you. Yeah, she's gonna mage hand the door. I was gonna try to mage hand it from my side. I didn't want to touch that.
Okay, so you mage hand the door. As you mage hand the door, as soon as your mage hand touches the door, there is a pull forward, and you are transported inside the room.
Okay.
Twinkle is gone, and so
Do I
is
see her?
Jewel. She's standing in the
I see
room with
people
you.
next to me now.
There is a
Okay.
door leading
Alright.
out of the space. There is a black leather chair, and the room is lined with potion bottles.
Can you guys hear us?
Can we hear them? No.
No.
I'm real sorry.
So
We
I
did
said
see
we
the one.
missed out.
Can I
You did see her get pulled
disappeared.
through.
You did see her get pulled through.
Oh, we saw her
Can I
get
cast
pulled.
message at them?
She placed a mage hand on the door.
Mhm.
You're not an arcane trickster. It's not invisible, correct?
It's telekinetic, so yeah, it's invisible.
What did you cast? Did you catch mage hand or
It's-
telekinesis?
Well, it's technically the feat telekinesis, but it's using mage
The invisible
hand.
mage hand. So you didn't see anything. You saw her look at the door, and this is even better.
Right.
Twinkle looks at the door and she goes, "Okay, I think I'm gonna." Twinkle's gone.
It was literally just a pop. It wasn't a pull.
There's another flash of light from that middle room.
Can I cast message at one of them?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I cast message at.
Are you gonna kick it down?
He.
Can I attempt to
not
cast
responsible
Pass
enough.
Without a Trace before he kicks it down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay!
You cast message.
Yeah.
Okay.
Room on the right.
At least it
or,
makes everything
sorry,
quiet.
standing
so if
room.
he breaks it open, no one knows we're here.
Shoot, I can't remember what was in there now. Shoot. Oh, nothing. Boring. Globe. Other room. Party. Here, lots of bottles. Potion bottles.
Oh.
Don't touch the door.
Oh my god, you should totally come in here. This place has like a ton of potion bottles in it. It is like super great. You need to come in here.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, LOL, LOL, not JK.
Who has the puppy? She has the puppy. You guys are just, sorry, he, sorry.
He's got that
They have the
puppy.
Yeah, the captain's just gonna walk right through the door at this point because there's no.
Yeah. Captain's gone.
We
You gonna
can't
hit the
leave
door?
Everybody alone.
Yeah, I would hit the door because somebody told me to.
Axe, bam! As soon as that axe makes contact, a hammer. As soon as that hammer makes contact, a Maxwell
So now
Silk.
it's just the two of us.
It's the two of you outside the space.
Gotta go through the door, I guess.
Ladies first.
I'm gonna take offense to that because he is a male and go through the door.
You touch the door. You are on the other side.
I scream, "Haha! My trap has succeeded!"
Turns out it was me, Santa, all along.
That's the door.
That's why he has the hat. That's why he had. Plot twist. Billy gets it.
I did it so well.
The 6 of you, including your first mate, so I will say the 7 of you, find yourselves in a very large room. There's the double doors that lead from the outside into this space, and across the way is a very simple wooden door that leads out of the space. There is a black leather chair that sits in the center of this space. Adorning these walls are a myriad of potions. Different colors, consistencies, shapes, smells to them, were you to take the cork off. But the only thing in this room is that door leading out, the chair, and the shelves aligned with them. 3 or 4 shelves deep, all the different colors of the rainbow.
I'm not much of an alchemist, so I couldn't tell you what any of these are.
I would like to find a place to put this dog and be finished.
We should really find the prince.
We just need to find a Christmas tree to put it under.
You want to put a flammable dog under a flammable tree.
That was the job.
When it was wrapped in a package and secure.
What is the scene from Christmas Vacation with the squirrel that bites or the cat that bites the,
Would Timo have caught on to the fact that when he got angry, he got hotter?
The dog?
Yeah. Probably not.
Buddy,
No,
as
okay.
I gotta live your truth
Oh, no,
here. Like,
no,
yeah.
I'm
Timo don't
with you
notice a
on that.
lot.
Yeah, okay. So, dogs can smell real good. Put him down.
Oh my god, I have 2 options. I either put him down or I don't put him down and have this giant child wrestle this dog out of my hands.
I look at him and I look at her and I say, he'll get it too.
I'm gonna put him down.
Okay. Put the
Fine.
dog.
And he'll beast. He will speak with animals, and say, "Find the way out," and then he'll beast sense, so he can smell and see what the dog sees.
The dog looks about the space. You see Timo go kind of catatonic as he is in the same room with the dog, but starts seeing through the dog's eyes.
Mhm.
The dog pads over, past where the chair is, past where the potions are, to the wooden door. Starts like scratching at this little
Like the
wooden
door we came in?
No. There's two doors
Past
that
the
lead
chair,
from
yeah.
outside, and then the chair, and then past the chair, there's a wooden door at the back of the room.
Can he smell anything? Because I have all of his senses.
Buddy,
Everything.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, man. This particular room is the wrong place to ask that. That
Okay.
dog smells every potion ingredient that you could possibly smell. Lavender, faints of death.
Okay.
Like
I was just wondering if there was anything that stood out.
He says it's the
No.
door.
Thank you. One
I
thing.
made Tan the door.
Okay.
Can I be mage sending things?
Oh my god, why?
Steal stuff.
Give me. I'll pull up the list. Give me. How many do you steal?
How many can I steal?
I'll say you'd be able to grab 6 before everybody leaves you.
Cool.
Give me 6 D100s. Okay. You mage hand the door. The door opens up into a long, dark hallway that does not seem to be the same hallway that the party was happening on. But this hallway leads into a string of doors. It's furnished extremely well. There's a small red carpet that leads away from this hallway down, and as you open the door, the dog pads out into the middle of the hallway and begins to walk down the hall.
Can you get the dog to smell for, like, I don't know, boy child smell?
Do I hear that? I don't know
It
how.
didn't
I
know
don't
what
know
a
how beast
person
sense really
was.
works. So like, if she speaks to me,
Timo's not moving. Timo's in the space, but you're just seeing through the dog's eyes.
but I'm
And
hearing
like
what the
that.
dog is saying, but I don't understand it because I'm a dog now, right?
Correct. Yeah. So the dog is just sort of moving about the space, walking down this hallway. He comes
Okay.
up to certain doors and sniffs a little bit. You see all 3 heads turn in that direction.
Okay, I will. I can cast it. I will. So
I need to
I'll-
know, everybody else is leaving this room?
Yes.
Anybody else taking anything?
We're staying here for a reason. We should not
Okay.
do anything too bad.
Got
We're
it.
made on a mission.
I'll drop beast sense and walk into the next room.
The dog stops in front of a small, in front of a doorway in this long hallway. I will say that none of the other doors open at this point. It's somewhat late at night. The dog is in front of the door.
Do I still have Pass Without a Trace, like, going?
Sure, yeah,
Should I tell you those?
you should.
Okay. You got 74,
Okay,
a 77,
74, 77.
82,
Okay,
67,
okay,
a 6,
okay.
and a 33.
Got it. Okay.
I don't like
All of them are in your bag.
Nice.
You're smiling too much.
Mhm.
That's bad.
No, it's good. It's good.
So dog's in front of a particular door, right?
Standing in front of the door.
And are you within 30 feet of that door? Meaning all past the
I would have followed the
affects us
dog.
all?
I was
Okay.
given a mission to deliver this dog.
All right.
So now that I've come out of beast sense, I would ask the dog, "What's in there?"
Is this a spell you cast on yourself, Timo? That you can speak with animals?
I have at will speak with animals.
Okay. Because of your barbarian?
Let me see. What is it from? I believe it's from Barbarian.
Okay. I want to make sure that this is the one that requires you to cast a ritual.
Spell though, right?
Oh, it says
You can
at
just
will.
do it
Cool.
as much as you want.
It says at will for these 3. I believe it's because of the circle I took.
Cool. Yeah. You look at the dog turns to you and it says, "This is where I'm supposed to go."
He says this is where he's supposed to go.
Okay, I have an idea. We could go in there and maybe before or after, I don't know. I can make like a box that's made of metal for the dog, and that way he doesn't burn anything down until the kid wakes up.
Will he die in the box?
No, I can make it like a cage, but like fancy.
What is the captain doing?
Well, yes, but no. How about we use a little bit of trickery, and one of us goes in as who requested it, Santa Claus.
Yeah, that'd be fine, but you still might need a box.
But Santa can deliver it to a woke child.
I am wearing a cape that looks similar to his. Red with white fur trim.
I'm not sure if Santa should get credit for this one.
Well,
I'll say Satan Claus.
It was a typo.
See if he catches it. I'll call it Satan Claus.
Yeah, but the person who's kind of in charge and sent us here might take offense to being misrepresented.
You're absolutely right. However, he is also good at trickery and loves when a prank is pulled. That being said, 6 people breaking in and dragging a cage into a child's room in the middle of the night with a downstairs full of party risks getting a lot of attention.
I don't have to drag the cage. We can just put the dog down. I'll just create the cage around the dog.
So you're going to sneak in there.
Well, I could. I mean, other people could too. But, I mean, as long as you're nearby, like, close, then we can all be super, super stealthy.
While this conversation is happening, outside in a hallway with lots of doors at full volume, with Pass Without a Trace going, which does very good if people are actively being stealthy, but not so good when people are just talking in a hallway, the door swings open. Before you is not a child's bedroom as you were led to believe. Before you is a harsh ice expanse that opens up into a cave. It is an odd sight to see in a house of this size, but as you look into this space, the dog will pad forward, moving into the space as quickly as they are able to, where they will stop in front of a figure encased in ice. It is a small child wearing golden robes. The child seems to be encased in ice, laying atop a bed, eyes clenched shut, as if they are purposely keeping their eyes closed so as not to be mistaken for being awake. All of you, as you look about the space, see ribbons and paper, small wooden tools that have been discarded, old work tables taken over by the ice and the cold, the remnants of clockwork figurines that have been smashed in anger or fear. As you make your way into this space, the child's bedroom, the remnants of it seeming to have expanded outward to form this ice cavern. I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me, as the man in red makes his way into the space.
19, so I got an 18.
Let's do this. 20 to 25, please.
20.
Hold on.
23.
Okay. Hang on. 20 to 25?
23.
23.
20 and 20.
20.
Okay, both of you roll off, please.
Oh, it was cocked. 11.
8.
Okay, so Jewel, followed by Timo.
I rolled a 20.
Roll the 20, plus your initiative.
Right. No, I have a 20.
Oh, it's a flat
I have
20.
19 plus 1, so I got a 20.
Got it. So, Timo, Twinkle.
It would have been a roll off between the 3 of us.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll off, Ben.
9.
No. So, look, because you got.
Yes, I rolled a 9.
Timo.
I know.
Timo, Eric.
Oh, wait, you're right. That's a 6.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
Timo, Twinkle, Eric. 20 to 15.
Me,
18. And then last but not least,
That's a 4.
Gary.
With a 4.
Gary with a 4.
I love the bag.
He's like, I don't want to be involved in this. I just want to go home.
You still technically have the dog too.
No, the dog is on the floor now.
on the
The dog
floor
is
now?
doing his own thing.
The dog has gathered around this small boy that has been encased in ice and is just clawing through this ice enclosure to get to where the child is.
So have we seen Santa yet?
Santa has appeared in front of each and every one of you. It is the gentleman that you saw once before, wearing the large red suit and standing before each and every one of you. The red suit is faded in places. You see bits of ice clinging to it, and the jovial spirit that you have grown to know and from books and television and movies is somewhat darkened and frozen over by the cold of the area.
Santa?
But Santa, he stares at you with an odd madness in his eyes, and that's where we are going to go ahead and start. Jewel, you are up first in the initiative, so you can. What would you like to do?
Does he look really angry and or aggressive?
Santa looks incredibly angry. He's standing before you with some odd tools strapped to his belt. He's got 3 sacks that he keeps around his back, and he's just sort of holding them at the ready, staring at this group, interposing himself between you and the boy that is frozen in ice. Keeping the boy and the dog, he is just kind of let through. The dog is gathered around, trying to warm up the space where he is.
And Santa's suit looks faded and worn.
It does look faded and worn.
Like torn up or like dirty.
I will say it looks like bits of ice are growing out of the suit. So red suit. However, spots of it look like they've been iced over, or like he was caught in a rainstorm and the ice froze over that part. Like it's frozen in spots.
Okay. Santa, this is kind of our thing, but you're kind of a mess. And I don't know, the reason I'm asking is I'm trying to figure out if it's better to cast mending on his suit, or if it's better to cast prestidigitation and warm up his suit, or like clean his suit. Because I want to make it look better, because I think he might feel more himself if he just looked more traditionally Santa.
Your husband thinks this is such a great idea. Your DM has to remain indifferent.
Okay, so based on the fact that you're saying it's covered in ice, then I'm going to warm up to 1 cubic foot. So it's not going to be a lot, but the worst section of his suit.
Which cubic foot?
The worst
Is the
section.
dog full size yet?
The dog is full sized, and
Yes.
is
Well, but it's
over.
only non-living
It
material.
seems like as he's rushed
So it
over to
doesn't
where the
cover- I
boy
thought
is,
about
he's
that,
melting
but it
the
doesn't
ice
cover,
slowly.
like, the bottom.
Around his heart.
Yes. Okay, but it'll be the suit around his heart, yes, because it's non-living material. Okay, so I'm going to warm his
ice
suit,
cold heart.
like at the heart area.
Okay. You're going to warm his suit.
Yes.
Warm
and
his
make
ice
some of the
cold
ice go
heart.
away.
Perfect. You're going full Grinch mode.
I
here.
am going
Yeah.
full Grinch here.
Got it.
Yes.
You.
Such a sweet
Yeah. Give me
gesture.
a Arcana check. Just a
Okay.
straight up. Whatever your spellcasting modifier is, roll your d20 as your
Okay.
spellcasting modifier as you attempt to uncover some of the ice around his heart area on the suit.
That was a 9, but I'm going to roll that 10 that we got earlier.
Absolutely. This seems
so
appropriate.
that's an 18.
18. Yeah. Okay.
Is that your spell to hit?
That was not the spell attack, that was my modifier.
You reach out as a sorceress and attempt to unfreeze, and you see parts of the ice around his heart start to fade away.
That was a cantrip. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points
Okay.
to do quicken spell, so I can cast, and it will be another cantrip.
Okay.
To make it a bonus action.
Okay.
And at the same time, so I'm casting this on his suit, and at the same time, I'm casting the same spell, the same warming spell, over on that block of ice to help thaw that block of ice.
To assist where the
Yes,
child
to
is.
assist where that's happening.
Perfect. I will mark that down as well. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
With that, Santa looks over at this and he looks down at his heart and grabs it. And as he looks at the group, he shakes his head and you see a little bit of that madness returning. And he begins to laugh and his belly shakes like a bowl full of jelly. With that, I need every person to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Who is within 10 feet of me?
Where are you at, buddy?
I don't know.
5,
I
10,
can't say
10.
me.
I will say everybody. I'm going to say everybody, just to be kind.
So add 5.
Dexterity saving throws as the ground begins to shake with Santa's belly.
18.
18.
27.
27. 12.
15.
15.
14.
14. You two are immediately knocked prone. Boo, as the shaking in the ground causes you to fall down, knocking you both prone. That is the layer's turn.
The captain drops also.
The captain drops as well?
Yes, I got a 1. Well, not a nat 1, a 2, but he's got a -1.
Captain, you are
Plus
knocked
5.
prone as well.
Oh,
so the ones standing are you. You are still up, Jewel, and
Twinkle.
Twinkle. You are up. That is the layer's turn. Timo.
I'm prone.
You can use half your movement to get up.
So I use half my movement to get up.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and rage.
Bonus action to rage.
And then I'm going to. Not close enough for that, so I will throw a javelin.
Give me an attack roll. As you take your javelin and you throw it directly at Santa Claus.
19 plus 8, so 27 to hit.
Let me see if that hits. Yes, that hits.
Okay. So 1d6 plus 4, but I'm raging. Is it more if I'm raging with that? With javelin? It's melee.
As long as you're raging, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. So you would add your rage. We talked about this, yeah.
Okay, so 4, 8 plus 3?
Yep.
Yeah, so 12. No, 11.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Javelin goes flying forward. With that, Santa is going to take that hit, but he's not going to like it very much. So he's going to take a few steps forward, cutting the distance to where you all are, and he goes, "Oh, Timo, that really hurt. But I have a question for you. Have you been a very good boy this year?" Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Is he still within 10 feet of me, or did he run away?
No, he's still within 10 feet of you.
Oh, no, it's okay. But I mean, it might not be okay because the way he said that, but 17 minus 1, so 16 plus 5, 21.
That's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, Santa, I've been a very good boy. You are charmed by this jolly man. You don't want to attack him. This is Santa Claus.
Wait a tick.
Unless you're just like most children. Your rage and sugar-fueled craziness is enough to
I would say, doesn't rage give you advantage on
push
charm?
this charm away from you.
Yeah, I believe.
Look through that. That is Timo's turn. Twinkle.
Twinkle is going to use 2 sorcery points to make an action, a bonus action.
Okay.
And cast Mage Armor on herself.
Okay. Mage Armor is you watch as this spectral armor manifests all around Twinkle.
And then she will cast Chill Touch on Santa.
Okay, she's going to stride forward and do that, or is this a ranged attack?
It's a 240-foot range because
Yes.
Stealth Sniper.
Do it. Yes. All right, give me an attack roll.
12 plus 8, so 20.
That is just going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage for that. So anything against being charmed?
No.
All right. So you're just
I
charmed
get
by him.
resistance to everything but but psychic damage.
You don't want to attack him. It's
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yeah. I don't get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
18 points.
18 points of damage. All right. Didn't like that at all. It is now Santa's turn. He is going.
Wait, is he before? He rolled a 20 as well?
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jewel, Timo, you are up next.
Okay. Yeah, I knew I was after her, so that's why I was making sure that.
Yep. You are up next, buddy.
Cool.
Eric. Yep. Santa goes first. On this, Santa's going to walk forward, and what is he going to do? You know what? Santa's going to hurl a present. He's going to reach into one of those sacks at his side, and as he does, he's going to throw that present right into the center here. I need everybody to give me a dexterity. Not everybody. I need Jewel, I need Timo, and I need you to make this at disadvantage. This is another con saving throw, please.
This is con?
This is con. Okay. That's not going to make it. Did you add a +5 to that? That's still not going to make it.
Very much regretting.
This con save is not a disadvantage for you, buddy.
I'm not.
You're not at disadvantage.
Okay.
Roll again. Straight roll.
21.
21 makes it.
21.
21. It's just these three. As he hurls the present over this way, I think he can get all of you in a 20-foot radius as he throws it over in this direction.
I got a 14.
14. That's going to fail. I need each of you. You are each going to take 16 points of cold damage as the present explodes, and I need the two of you that failed your save to give me a D4, please.
So I don't take the damage, right?
No, you don't take.
Okay.
1.
1. Okay.
1.
Oh, you are both blinded. As the icicles begin to form around your eyes, and you are both blinded.
Ew.
Yeah, for a period of time. I'll let you know. You can make another saving throw at the end of your turn. Perfect. That is your turn. It's your turn. Eric.
Yeah, so see. It's just a Caesar place. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
And
You are blind.
I am blind. I am going to take this chance. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
And then, do I get to use it? I can't remember if I get to use it right away or not. So I get to heal 2d6 as a bonus action, but I think it's the same turn, but I'm not positive.
Look over your abilities and look at those
I had it
spells and
pulled
stuff
up.
like that.
I had it pulled up and had to go back for the...
That's okay. As you're looking about the space, figure out what you're going to do there. Knowing that up next is...
And then I would also step towards where I knew he was,
Mhm.
just like 2 spaces.
Okay.
Because I know I'm not...
1, 2. You're getting close, but you don't know where he is. Okay. That is your turn. Captain.
He's gonna use his movement to stand up.
Half your movement to stand up.
Cloak swarm. Odds, bobs, hammers and tongs. Long have I been at sea. I've fought myself many demigods, and always claimed victory. He grabs from his pouch a couple stones and tosses them onto the ground.
Okay.
And that decides what he's going to do, because he is chaotic neutral and he follows the lowest commands.
All right.
Banishment.
Banishment.
On Santa.
All right.
You
This
are getting coal in your stocking.
This is a
I think
game.
we're all getting
this,
cold.
This has been known to be a game breaker. Let's see what happens here. What is your spell save DC?
17.
That is just gonna hit, even with his legendary, even with his magical resistance. So he's going to use one of his legendary resistances and make the save. but you have burned through one of his legendary resistances. As you feel this magic take hold, and he begins to disappear, but as he does, he puts one finger to his nose, and you feel the magic being unsettled around him, and he stands in the spot. You'll have to do better than that, Captain.
Yeah, I'm an AdPod listener too.
Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
Yes. Actually, I'm going to pop a bonus action. Hold on one second.
That's all right. Knowing that this is the captain's turn, and Gary, you are up next.
I'm going to pop Shield of Faith. That's my bonus
Shield
action.
of Faith. Casting it on yourself. I don't believe you can cast that because one of the spells needs to be a cantrip for the first spell cast, and then the next one has to have a bonus action because you've already cast Banishment.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on to that for the next time.
Bonus action is just going to be a rude gesture.
That rude gestures are always a free action. How about this? You've gathered his attention. Good job, Captain. Santa turns to look at you. Gary, it's your turn.
Are we trying to like kill Santa or just get out of here?
You live your truth, homie. I'm not here to tell you how to do your life. Like,
I'm trying to think though, because Satan didn't take any offensive spells, so like it seems like he's more of like a we're just avoiding this fight altogether kind of person.
Okay.
We're here to deliver a gift.
True.
Santa's head is not a gift for any child.
But Santa's just not gonna let us walk out of here. Great.
We're not gonna let Santa walk out of here.
Do we really want to ruin Christmas? It's like my favorite holiday. Like,
I need a decision.
Can I just hit him?
Yes, you absolutely. After all that, yes.
Because
you
there's
go,
no other good decision. I don't
10,
have anything
15,
cool to
20.
do.
You get up right up on Santa, and you're like, I hate everything about this. Bam! Like, give me an attack roll.
It's cocked. 11. Do I still get the +5?
Are you within 10 feet of me?
That is for saving throws. That plus.
No. If she's a tiefling.
She's a tiefling. Yes, she is.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
16.
he is. 16 to hit.
It does nothing.
16 does not hit. As you were like, I hate this. That you feel that there is a small part of you that does not want to do this.
You
As
feel the
realize
aura,
you're like,
my aura, pushing you towards violence.
Yeah.
You still
How many
do it.
attacks do you have?
2.
All right. Would you like to take your second attack?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to do this, Santa. It's an 18.
18 plus the 5 from him.
No, it's 18 total.
18 total. 18 does not hit.
Cool. Yay. I don't want to kill Santa.
Yeah. All right. I think there is an odd look on his face as he goes, I understand. You're a good little boy and you don't want to hurt me. Too bad I don't feel the same way. And he will take one of the sacks from his back and he will strike out at you. 17 to hit.
My armor class is 17.
Okay. So that hits. That'll be 11 points of bludgeoning damage as the sack comes around, swinging over his head, and BAM! Smacks into the side of your head, and smacking you with that. Jewel.
Man, I'm pissed now.
Jewel, you are currently blind,
Come on, Santa.
but at the end of your turn, you can make another save to...
Oh, yeah. Did I need to do that at the end of my turn?
Yes, you do. You need to give me another con save, please.
14.
14? It's not going to do it, buddy. Sorry. The DC lowers after every turn, but even a 14 is not gonna do it. Your turn, Jewel.
I don't have a lot of things I can do to people when I can't see them. So, I'm gonna do another prestidigitation, like continuing to warm that ice cube because it does not say that I have to be able to see in order to do that.
You continue.
And I know where it is.
The boy's ice cube.
The boy's ice cube. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? It says, it doesn't say I have to be able to see.
You're using prestidigitation to do this?
Yeah. You chill warm flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour is one of the options on that. It just says it's a minor magical trick that novice spellcasters use. But I'm actually going to try, since it's the exact same thing I did before, I'm going to try and justify that with, like, I can't see but, where I go bam bam. The same exact moves that I did before.
Okay. The first one does not connect because Santa has
He's in a
moved
new place.
since
Yeah,
then.
that's fine.
But you do feel the other one connect as the area begins to warm even more, causing Santa to dart his head behind him.
And then I can make that save for.
Yep, con save.
Okay. That's better. That's a 21. And do I still get the +5?
You are no longer blinded as you
Yay!
feel the magic energy causing you to close your eyes until Santa gets here. You're like, wait, Santa's already here. No, you are no longer blinded. That is their turn. All right. With that, you each hear the sound of jingle bells. Slight spectral jingle bells coming in from an odd direction all around you. And I need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw. You may add a +5 to that. I'm going to be very generous with this gift because everybody add a +5 to that being in the presence of Eric. But this is a wisdom saving throw.
22.
22.
22.
22.
13.
13.
15.
15.
I got a nat 20, so that would be 30.
Dude, you are solid like a rock. What was yours?
15.
15?
11.
11.
11.
The two of you, the spell effect on you ends. You are no longer blinded. Which is good because you fought that off before.
Does that end on me?
It ends on you as well. The bad news is those jingle bells cause you to kind of like jingle bell rock a little bit. You're kind of grooving to the music, and with that, you two begin to slide backwards just a little bit. You're gonna slide back this way. You're gonna slide back this way. So you're sliding back a little bit. You're opening up the playing field a little bit, okay? As you slide to the jingle bell rock. That is the Layer's turn. Timo.
So I'm still charmed, right?
You are charmed until this end of this turn. You can attack. You can do anything you want. You just can't hurt the fat guy.
I can't attack Santa, right?
You can't hurt the fat guy.
Right, so I can't attack Santa.
Right.
Got it. So I'm going to point my Ring of the Ram at the ice.
What ice?
The kid's ice.
Isn't the ice encasing the child?
Unless the dog already melted it and or scraped it off.
No, he didn't fully melt it. Okay. Okay. What is the range on the Ring of the Ram?
There isn't one.
That can't be true. That can't be true.
You can
at
expend
all.
1 to 3 of this ring's charge at 60 feet.
60 feet.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
It's infinite.
5,
I can punch
10,
someone
15,
across the
20,
world.
25, 30, 35, 40, 40. Yeah, it's going to hit. Okay. One charge. All charges?
It's Timo.
Yeah.
How long have you
roll damage.
So strength, right? Yeah.
It's your item, buddy. You tell me.
So strength would be 19 plus 15 because 5 per.
The ring has 3 charges.
Yeah. So 34.
34. Okay. Roll damage. It's 2d10 damage for every charge you spent. If you're using all D charge, this is 6d10 of damage on the child in the ice.
On the ice. I pointed at the ice.
That's great, pal. This is so great. There is a child in that ice, so I will respect your game all day, day. There is a.
Well, I'm about to kill this kid then.
Maybe what's going to happen.
We just had to get the present to him. We didn't say.
Why couldn't you use one charge?
I mean, you already said it. Roll the dice.
Yeah, I mean, I've already said it.
Roll
I
the
can't.
dice.
Roll them dice.
Roll them dice.
Roll them bones.
10,
Spirit of Christmas,
17, 22, 23, 26, 30.
No, it's Timo, then Twinkle, then Santa,
30.
then Eric,
3.
Read for me what happens on every charge that you've spent. The target takes 2d10, correct?
Hold on.
It said alternately you can expend 1 to 3 of the ring's charges as an action to try to break an object you can see within 60 feet of you that isn't being worn or carried.
Got it.
The ring makes a strength check with a +5 bonus for each charge you spend.
Okay. On a hit, for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage. And it's
But I was specifically trying to break an object.
I get that.
Okay.
And the object is pushed 5 feet away from you.
Okay. See, I saw it as the second half was about an
Alternatively.
object. Alternatively.
I'll grant this. I'll grant this then. Then the ice takes a huge chunk out of it.
Okay.
The object is pushed a little back until the ice figure is pushed against this back wall, against one of the discarded tables. A large portion of the ice sloughs away, and you see that the dog curls itself around the ice even more. There is far less ice to get through.
Okay.
You're not doing it to attack. You're using the alternate version of, like, I'm going to spend every charge I can to break the ice.
Yeah.
Got it. Into it.
Specifically trying to break the object.
There is a kid in there, but yes, I will allow this. Great. That is Timo's turn.
Just going to put away my shatter and pretend I wasn't going to use that.
No, you guys do you. This is great.
And I would lose my rage because I wasn't able to attack, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Your rage falls away. Santa does not like this. The fact that the ice is broken even more, you see that same odd look in his eyes. It is a look of sadness and fear. And you don't know why, but you're registering a look of fear in Santa's eyes. As he will take a candy cane from inside of his pack and throw it as hard as he can at Timo. This will be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that is going to do 33 points of piercing damage.
My gosh.
Okay.
I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw as as it pierces into your skin.
Nat 20.
Okay. You feel this fit of laughter that could have been really bad for you, but you managed to push it away with a nat 20.
Okay.
Santa turns back to look at the child, and yeah, that is that turn. Twinkle.
As a bonus action, I am going to summon my Hound of Ill Omen.
Okay.
Oh.
Dog for dog. I'm into it.
And I have to roll initiative for the dog,
All right.
which is a 2.
2. So it's going to go near the bottom.
hmm
Okay.
But he knows immediately his target, which of course is Santa.
Got it.
And then as my action, I'm
That's
just
a
gonna...
bonus action to summon the dog?
Yes.
Do it.
And then as my action, I'm just going to chill touch again.
Okay. Give me another attack roll.
Probably not going to hit with a 3 plus 8, so no.
No, unfortunately that doesn't hit. As you reach out again, and you can't. But there is a dog that has entered the field, and you're like, sick him. As the dog turns to look at the imposing form of Santa. It's going to be Santa's turn and then your turn, Eric. Santa's looking a little frantic. So Santa... Oh, gang, I'm sorry. Santa is going to cast Cone of Cold.
Cloak Swarm.
With Cone of Cold, you see Santa begin to cast.
Counterspell.
At what level?
4th.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll.
6.
Okay.
I mean, did I add anything to that? What did you want me to add to it?
With Counterspell, it is a...
6 doesn't matter anyway, yeah.
It depends on what your spellcasting ability modifier is.
Spell attack.
Your spellcasting ability...
Modifier is +4.
So So a 10 total.
Yeah.
No, it
Not enough.
it doesn't hit.
Okay.
You reach forward and
Can I also counterspell?
you may
At
what?
5th level.
As you go to counterspell, you twist your arms about the space, and as you do, the magic does not quite hit. But using her reaction, you begin to cast at a higher level, and the spell immediately fizzles off to the side, preventing you all from taking the 8d6 of cold damage. Yeah, great. That is his turn. Well done.
Alright. I am going
Your
to
turn,
step
bud.
up where he is between me and the child.
Do it.
Trying to get his attention away from it and keep him distracted from the child.
You just want to get his attention.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get it where...
You want to go to the side and pull him this
he's
way?
looking away from the child.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, he's between me and the child.
Give me an intimidation check, I guess, as you're trying to goad
Okay.
him to look at you.
It's not going to be very strong.
Or persuasion, if you so wish, using your cloak.
Ooh, I like that. So, that's going to be a 28.
Drawn to the festive nature of your cloak, Santa turns away from the
He's
group.
like,
and,
is that my cloak?
Yeah, and looks over at you and is like, oh, did I make one of those?
And then I'm going to smack him in the face with my sword.
God.
Smack him in the face.
Roll high.
Stupid thing won't go where I need it to go.
It's all right. That's Eric's turn. Captain, you're up next.
Plus,
Right.
24 to hit.
24 hits, roll damage.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll my second attack real quick.
Okay.
Second attack is 18 to hit.
Let me know if you're pumping any smites into this. An 18 does hit.
So both of them hit.
His AC has been lowered for some reason.
So the first hit does 36 points of damage.
36 points of damage.
Yep. And the second hit, get to reroll that.
You pumping smites into this?
Huh.
Okay.
29 points of damage.
29. 5.
I go for his attention.
You got his attention. That's 65 points of damage total for those two attacks. As he turns and looks and faces you, that is his turn. Your turn, Captain.
So, the captain's going to step up and bellow, "Behave!" and cast Destructive Wave. However, he's going to be channeling Divinity.
Okay.
As a Tempest Cleric, which means 5d6 is going to do max damage.
So it's automatically going to do 30 points of damage.
Yep. Plus 5d6. And we cannot use the d10 on the damage, right?
You cannot. That is for attack rolls or saving throws.
Okay.
Is there like a saving throw on your thing that I need to be worried about too? Or?
What is the range for this? Like, is this all encompassing, or you pick a certain point?
Yeah, I'm. So, from where I'm standing, the penguin is.
The penguin is Santa, so you've got him on this side and him on the other.
Okay, so I've already stood up. As my movement, I will step forward till I am. It's a 30-foot cone, so I'm going to have to stand directly next to the barbarian.
Yep.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep, and forward.
And then try to. You'll miss him, but you're gonna have to make this save here.
Alright.
Like I'll justify it. You're gonna have to get right up on him.
Okay.
But with the cone, it's gonna go this way. You'll miss both of them, and this will be me being fair right now. That you're gonna have to get right up on him in cast, and it'll just go forward this way.
Oh, I'll get so close he can poke him with a tentacle.
Perfect. Great. So that's all I want.
Face tentacle?
Do you want me to like
tickle,
roll with advantage to see if I duck out of the way the last little bit, or
No.
I'm just out?
I don't want you to break contact with him. So.
Alright.
Okay. So that was 18 on top of the 30.
18 on top of the 30.
Yep.
So 48 total.
Yep.
He is looking a little rough. He's looking a little green around the gills, gang. Captain, that was a great move. With that, I need you as Santa's eyes dart in. You still didn't work. Damn it! That was your action. You gonna do anything with your bonus action?
Well,
I think between the channel divinity.
Nope, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he's going to turn to you.
Oh, he does get knocked back 10 feet, though.
10 feet.
Yep.
That's great. Doesn't take an attack of opportunity because it's a spell effect that pushes him back. He looks at you. And you see a spectral book appear on the air in front of you. And your name is written in this book on the left-hand side. On the naughty list. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. As Ben, you've been naughty.
Wisdom saving throw. So it's going to be a 26.
You manage to shrug off this ability, this energy, and as you push it off to the side, you feel the faint effects of it, but not the full effects of it.
I'm just going to be like, you think I don't know this already?
You will not suffer the advantage on attacks against you. You will not suffer the disadvantage on the saving throws against the abilities. You will also not suffer the disadvantage on the lair actions. But what you will suffer is disadvantage on any of Santa or his allies.
Disadvantage?
On attacks.
On attacks.
Until you're the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Got it? That is Santa's turn. Gary, you're up, followed by the Hound.
Dog, yay. Well, he whacked me in the face with a bag.
He did.
So I'm gonna rage.
Rage, bonus action to rage, do it.
And then I'm gonna hit him, or try to hit him twice with my great axe.
Do it.
So, what is it?
He's looking rough.
12 plus 7 is 19.
19 hits,
Plus,
roll damage.
Okay, cool. And then, what is it?
You might want to roll both these attacks here.
1d12 plus 3.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
7 plus 3 is 10.
Okay.
8 plus 3 is 11.
Okay.
So 21.
21 points of damage.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. How do you want to do this?
I didn't want to kill Santa!
You could.
Killed Santa.
I'm gonna take my axe.
After these two major hits, he had 19 hit points left.
While I'm angry, crying, I'm gonna take my axe and I'm gonna slice through the giant great belly of Santa and eviscerate it. No! And then cry over the blood.
I really hope my 4-year-old has gone to bed.
The axe moves forward, and as it does, it slices into the red suit. Such a naughty boy, said Walker. And you're like, I'm so sorry.
I didn't want to do this, but you hate me.
As it slices through, the temperature in the room gets even colder. As he grabs at his chest and looks down and looks over at you with this look of panic and sadness on his face, and he hits his knees. Some of the magic surrounding him leaves. It is this dissipation, it is this exhale, as there is a and before you is a skinny human man.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. You see Tim, and he's like, oh. The skinny human man is in the space on his knees, and the suit is too big. The beard looks store-bought, almost as if it's a fake costume. And he is on his knees in this space, the sacks at his side spilling open to reveal small toys and little trinkets that appear upon the ground. And he looks up at you all, and he goes, I don't understand. What happened to me?
That I can't tell you.
You're
All
really
I can
small,
say is there
Sam.
was madness in your eyes.
So, quick question: he's not bleeding out. Or...
He's not.
Okay. Is he wounded?
He does not look wounded in any way.
I didn't kill Santa.
Your suit was a mess and you weren't acting like yourself. And are you okay now?
A small bark echoes out throughout the cavern, and all eyes dart over to the small boy who finally, after a bit of time, with the prestidigitation and the dog curled around it, have warmed through to the base. The small boy, looks at the dog, and the dog looks up at him with all three of its heads, and begins to lick him. And you see the boy going, "A puppy, a puppy. That's what I asked for. That's what I asked for in my letter. Thank you, Santa."
Is anyone going to react? The captain's going to lean down to Mall Santa.
That's you. Stand up. Play the part, or I'll kill all you till the ocean's red. Now.
Ho 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 ho.
Does
Better
he
than
still
that.
look all skinny and like?
He looks all skinny.
Okay, so
Anybody?
I'm going to cast. Major image on him,
Awesome.
which means he can walk and talk. Like I can make him look like traditional
Would
Santa.
anybody else like to assist in this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me an-
thaumaturgy.
And he can
I'm
move
going
and stuff like
to
that.
start the bells.
Jingle bells. Anybody else helping in any way?
Is there a window nearby?
I'd say that no. You're
Or
in
like
sort
any-
of like icy cavern and stuff like that.
Any of the ice?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ice that's nearby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start throwing it in the air like snow, so it starts snowing in the room.
Can I be a polar bear? Would that help? Because I just want to be a polar bear.
Sure.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna be a polar bear stand next to Santa like.
Large polar bear as
Christmas
this
present.
small.
I'm gonna cast light and give it some nice ambient.
You're gonna
lighting,
backlight it.
You know, yeah.
Just for fun.
I was like, what can I do? What can I do?
We just made an entire commercial for
I have
Santa
the light
Claus.
cantrip.
While
Santa's holding a Coke.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Timo pulls out a red can that he picked up in Florida and hands it to the polar bear.
Would you like to do anything to help as well? This form has become almost a deified. With a light background, a frantic Timo spreading snow wherever they can. The major image of Santa around, the tinkling of bells, aura of light coming from behind him. Santa and his polar bear pal
With a
with the glowing red nose, standing.
Nah, I'm just watching.
You sit down and you're like this.
The pastel
frickin'
teeth.
show.
I'm petting my little
Hellhound.
The dog is so confused because should I still attack? And you're like, shh, let's watch. Santa begins to stride forward. This giant symbol of a man. And he gets down on level with the boy and he's like, I heard you were a very good boy this year. Is that true? And you see the prince go, and he's like, did you try? And he nods his head and he goes, This dog is not from me. Santa lost his way. Apparently, even I can forget the reason for this season. It is not about the credit. It is about the present coming from the heart. And he looks at all of you and sort of gives a small nod, and he goes, this is from a good friend of mine, Lucy, who couldn't be here, but wanted to make sure that you received this present. And he used all of these fine folks, including the polar... Oh, God! The polar bear and the octopus man, and there's a small rhino with the... That's fair. The girl with the white cloak, this child who loves to throw ice, and him. So they were the ones responsible for bringing you a present, even though they didn't have to. So, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. And I hope you enjoy your new best friend. It's better than anything I could have brought. And the child is... The concepts of this conversation go over the child. The child's just enamored with the dog and says, "Thanks, Santa, I appreciate it." And like, he's like, "I think I'm gonna name you Puppy." And the dog continues to lick him as the magic of the ice cavern begins to fade away. The six of you find yourselves somewhat cramped in a small boy's bedroom, and
we should probably get out of here before.
Is there a
someone
fireplace nearby?
finds us.
there is a fireplace nearby.
Let's all go stand near the fireplace. Let's all go stand near the fireplace. And I will be casting that thing I prepared earlier. So it looks like we all go out the fireplace like Santa.
With a wink of his eye, Dirknir, the Goliath Barbarian, says hello. So to everybody, hi guys. You all disappear up the fireplace, and Santa nods at you all. Your major image disappearing, and you still seeing the image of this large man that has now taken on the image that you laid forth for him. Standing on the roof of this place as you flow up the chimney and travel upwards, you find Lucifer, Satan, standing there, and in his red suited glory, clapping his hands and giving a small golf clap, and goes, "Well, I won the game, which is wonderful because I intended to. You all delivered your presents, so I have little gifts for each and every one of you." He looks at you and he goes, "The first gift is for you, Eric. You never have to do anything like this ever again.
Ever.
Ever. Your debt has been paid. Merry Christmas." Timo, there's somebody that's been wanting to meet you, and he will sweep his hands outward, and you'll see a small girl, purple tiefling, winged, in pirate garb, and she goes, "Timo? Effie!" And she runs forward and like doesn't hug you. Like it looks like she's got her arms up, and you got your arms up, and she runs forward and she punches you in the arm as hard as she can. She goes, "Where have you been?"
Sparkle doors.
"Let me show you my ship."
Okay.
And a small portal opens up, and Timo like waves at the group and walks through the portal. He goes over to where Jewel is, and he says, "Jewel, your mother's debt is paid."
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for your help.
All right, can I go now?
Yes, you may go.
Okay.
Captain.
Nick? Well, the other Nick.
He hands you a small rectangular parcel.
Is this the wish?
It is.
So I'd like to make my wish now. I'm not even going to draw a card, but I wish, with my wish, that you continue to do this without malice. And he drops a deck.
Surprising. Wish granted. What is it you would like to?
Can I get a raise?
Done. Woman after my own heart. And he hands you a small sack of gold, and he says, "You were a little tricky. I realize I have a lot to learn in this department. And if I'm going to be continuing to do this for many years to come, then we're doing an employee exchange. I expect you to be on your best behavior."
I get to work for Santa!
And you see a bunch of elves manifest in the space, all wearing green and gold, who walk into the space and they look at the small boy and they say, "Which one of you is here to be one of Santa's elves?"
Me! That's me!
Okay. How tall are you?
6'2".
Yes, you are. This is wow.
Look what I can do, and then I've turned into a polar bear.
Okay.
I want to see this story.
The two small elves, each one grabs the polar bear by the hand, and you just see the polar bear being like, and moving about the space. The wishes being granted, all of you make your way into the snowy night, getting what you wanted and spreading Christmas cheer, learning a very valuable lesson that it is not necessarily who delivers the presents or who brings Christmas cheer, but the intent in which they bring it. And you hear as Satan flies off into the night, Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Wow, that, you guys went weird on me. That was great. Thank you all.
Went weird on me.
I thought I knew where that wish was going, but every year now, I think I have to do this one shot with a different present, and we'll make it the first Indigo Chameleon Christmas tradition. Of every year, Satan continuing the wish made forth by the captain, set forth. Set forth. Thank you all so much to our special friends that were able to join us tonight. T.E. Graves, thank you so much. I was good to see. I'm so sorry we didn't get to play this week, but I'm so glad you got to play with us tonight. Billy, welcome, sir. You are a welcome addition to the group, and I hope you will come back and join us.
Absolutely.
The captain and his first mate deserve more adventures. And we also have a post-credit scene for this episode that we have to do. I'm so sorry. You can now only play Jewel anytime you do a one-shot. She's amazing. Eric, thank you again. And Ben, thank you for making your debut on the channel, buddy.
It was awesome. Thanks for having me.
As you guys all make your way off into the night, you're giving your characters the Christmas they deserve. There is one figure that is left on the roof. A lone figure that as the captain begins to make his descent off the roof, a small portal opening before him, there's a small tug at his shirt as you turn back to see your first mate looking at you. And as your first mate looks up as Satan flies away in his sled, he closes his eyes and holds them shut and squeezes both of his hands together. And manifesting beside him is the largest cannon you've ever seen in your entire life. With a laugh and a small nod, he will tug this small rope that's attached to it, and the large cannon goes with you through the portal, trailing gunpowder behind it.
I will steal my cube back.
Retrieving your cube. Thanks again, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, have a very Merry Christmas. We love you all. Thank you so much for joining us. And for all the new people that started following tonight, hanging out, we'll see you for more adventures and the annual Christmas adventure for this group with polar bears and snow.
And we did it with so little language. I'm so proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very proud of myself.
And we didn't kill Santa.
You didn't kill Santa. Heck yeah. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We'll see you guys soon.